it's not a difficult concept to understand, right? So once you have your levels, assuming you know how to get your levels, let's say you have a level here on ES, right? So I'm looking at this ES level. This is 7010 to 7006, right? This sort of level here. Now, there's nothing in this price action here which indicates to us that this level is actually, a level. We have no way of actually knowing that, right? There's no way of actually knowing that. So the number of traders I see when I ask them, like, how do they trade or what's their strategy? What you want to understand as traders is that your progression as a trader will eventually lead you towards order flow, right? The reason I say that is because there is no other way to trade the markets that actually makes sense long term. And I say that as someone who's lost 17 grand in my first couple of years. So I understand how it works, right? So when we're reading this, we sort of want to understand that the best way to remove emotions in the market isn't to even journal them, right? It's to completely get rid of them by reading the market, by reading and reacting instead of guessing and gambling. This is the way you want to do it. Now, I don't trade the first 15 minutes. I never trade the first 15 minutes because I think the first 15 minutes are for markets to kind of let it show its hand, right? So if I go to TradingView, right, and just break down what I'm looking at strategically here, right? I mean, we're heading towards this all-time high, right? I mean, ES has been massively bullish in the last, 1-2 weeks, especially in April. So here's the all-time high. Will we get to the all-time high, right? I think we're going to see a correction at some point before we eventually head up there. Now, you don't want to try and call the top or whatever, right? You just want to, ride the wave for as long as you can, right? But if we go to the 15M, what you would have noticed is that this is where pattern recognition becomes very important. And so I often think as a trader, you don't want to trade patterns, but you want to recognize overall themes. So you can call it pattern recognition. So if you can see Wednesday the 18th, we had a melt off. Wednesday the 25th, we had a melt off. 1st of April, we had a melt off. We had a small melt off on the 8th of April too. So all of these, if you notice, are Wednesdays. And so I record this on a Wednesday, right? So let us see what this market session will do, right? So what I'm looking at specifically is, I don't think we're going to get, if you look at this market open, it's pretty bullish, right? But, it is what it is. So let's just see what we end up getting. So I will not trade